Hello everyone! As you can see, the tree is finally up. I've done all my Christmas shopping, so all that remains is for me to give you my top 5 tips for getting fantastic festive photos this year. So tip number 1 is to decide what you want to photograph and when you are going to photograph it. It can be really tempting at Christmas to dash around with our cameras trying to capture everything from the roast potatoes to children opening their presents to the lights in the town centre and everything in between, and you end up getting lots and lots of average half decent shots. So slow down and identify the key things that you want to capture this Christmas. It might be your children opening their presents and the look of excitement or disappointment on their face. It might be the lights in the city centre. It might be the frosty landscapes. But all these different photographs need different settings, they need different times to prepare. So really narrow down what it is you want to capture on any given day, at any given moment. Do a little bit of research of how to get the best shot, and that way your photos not only will be better in terms of quality, you'll have more of a cohesive collection of images. So it's much nicer to have a collection of festive food photos or family at Christmas photos than 50 or 60 shots of nothing in particular. So tip number 2 is declutter. Christmas is a hectic time, it's a really fun time. It's also quite a messy time, whether in the kitchen or all the screwed up wrapping paper all over the living room. And it's our job as photographers to help the viewer identify what it is in the photo that they should be paying attention to and focusing on. So whilst a little bit of clutter adds to the sense of occasion at Christmas, make sure that there's not too much in the background of your photo that detracts from the main subject. So if you're taking photos of Granny and Grandad fast asleep during the Queen's speech, make sure we know that we're supposed to be looking at Granny and Grandad and not the half empty box of quality street behind them. Or if you're taking a photo of the food being prepped in the kitchen, just move it around so the tin foil's out of the way, the washing up isn't in the background. Just moving a few little bits and pieces that could be distracting can really lift your photo from average to really, really top notch. My third tip is go in for that close-up. As I said, there's so much going on at Christmas, but it can be really, really nice to focus on some of the details. Whether that's the sparkle and the colour of a bauble on the Christmas tree, or whether it's the smile on your child's face. Really take the time to zoom in on subjects and capture those details. All too often people try and capture everything all at once in a photo, and by zooming in you can really simplify the shot, but show people all the detail and the beauty that's around us at Christmas. So don't be scared to get in nice and tight. Tip number 4 is my personal favourite: be original. We're all individual people, we're all different, and we all see the world in different ways. And Christmas means so many different things to different people. So if you're looking to photograph Christmas, make sure you shoot it from your own perspective and show the world how you see things. There are loads and loads of Christmas tree photos every year on social media, and they're lovely to see, but they are quite samey. So how could you shoot your Christmas tree differently? Could you do it at night with the lights turned off? Could you deliberately do it out of focus? Maybe you could go outside and shoot it looking in the window. So whatever you're photographing, think how you could show it differently. Think about how an everyday Christmas object can be shown in a new and exciting way. This makes it more interesting for the viewer, and it makes it much more fun and interesting for you, and you'll learn so much more about photography and composition by being original. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, go out and have fun and experiment. My fifth and final tip is delegate. You might want some fantastic festive photos taken, maybe because it's the first time all your family are together, maybe because you're particularly proud of how you decorated the tree this year, but it doesn't have to be you that takes the photos. You might not be the best photographer in the world, or you might be too busy pouring the duck fat on the roast potatoes or wrapping those last few presents. So find someone with good camera skills and tell them what it is that you want captured. Not only does it save you the time and stress of having to take photos as well as do 1,000,001 other things, it also helps to get that irritating partner from out under your feet in the kitchen, and it might be a reason to get those lazy teenagers out of bed and using their mobile phone skills for your benefit. So there we go, 5 simple tips for getting fantastic festive photos this year. All that remains is for me to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you in 2018. Merry Christmas.